Hello, everybody. My name is Good Game Griffin, and today I'm going to be I'm going to be telling you about my basic training experience. So I went to uh, Fort Sill, Oklahoma, and I was part of Charlie Battery 119. Overall, it was a pretty pleasant basic training experience. I've been in the Army roughly 9 months now. So I mean, yeah, I'm still somewhat new, but I've been part of my unit. I'm also getting ready for my first deployment, which not many of you guys will see until later down your careers, unless you get into a rapid deploying duty station. So for me, my entire basic training, let me tell you how it first went. Uh, for me, I went to MEPS, and it was an easy process there. I mean, I'm overweight. So I had to drop a few pounds, and even then, they were still like, "Well, you're still overweight, so we're gonna tape you." So for the bigger guys like me, you're gonna have to get a fat neck and a skinnier waist. But it's pretty easy. Don't worry about it. As far as the situation, you're gonna get to when you first get off the plane. There's gonna be drill sergeants waiting for you, and they're going to put you on a bus, and immediately you go from the bus to the base. And it's not, I got to the base, it's approximately like 12, maybe like 1 in the morning. It's not really bad because that's reception. You're kind of going to go through an entire line, like a assembly line. Um, you're gonna go upstairs. Well, for me, I went up to a classroom area, and I filled out a lot of paperwork. They're gonna ask you, do you have any contraband? This is your last part to turn it in. If not, you're in for some deep shit. Honestly, just turn in your contraband. It's really not worth fucking yourself over for the little moments of extra fun. So, contraband, playing cards, food, anything that's fun. Sorry, but you can have fun in the barracks by yourself. That's reception. Reception lasts almost a week, so pretty much you're just gonna be getting a lot of shots, um, examinations, your hearing tests. If you're a field artillery soldier, it's really important. But after reception comes your, I guess your shark attack, which is basic training, and basically, for me, we lined up on a platform with our bags, and our reception drill sergeants dropped us off and was breaking us into, hey, this is what it's going to look like, but we're kind of like, we're not as bad. So, reception's like the eye opener, and from basic through AIT, it's kind of your last chance to quit because when you get into the regular army, that's it. You're done. You're not gonna quit. But anyway, you got to go through it. Excuse me. And they had us line up with our bags, shoulder to shoulder, at the position of attention. And these drill sergeants will come out of this truck, and they're all hyped up. They're bouncing up and down. They just started screaming in my. Some of them started screaming in my face. I got smoked, so I was told to get down. Um, and then they smoked a few of my other battles, and it sucked, to be honest. And the first thing, here's a tip: you're gonna have a green duffel bag, and that green duffel bag is the one you're gonna hold over your head like this for a good amount of time. So if you're smart, I wasn't. My battle friend was. He took all of his stuff and threw it in a whole nother bag instead of the green duffel bag. And when he was holding his green duffel bag, he's just holding it up. Everyone else is struggling, and the drill sergeant noticed, talked to him, and he kind of let him off the hook. He's like, "You're the first. You're the first. Ah, you're the first smart private that we've seen. You must have studied on basic training." He said, "No, drill sergeant. I just got lucky." So he kind of got passed. But from that day one, you're gonna load your bags up. You're gonna get your barracks room, and you're going to what are you gonna do? You're going to do like a check for all your issued clothes, and they're gonna make sure you have everything. So because you can't get shit stolen in reception. So with that, it's gonna go uh, pretty quickly from the first day. Uh, Other than that, it's kind of like smoke session all the way through. You're gonna learn the basics. You're gonna learn the position of attention, how to salute properly. You're gonna start learning the times our bells go off. Um, you're gonna be put through a whole lot of classes. So a lot of PowerPoints and stuff, and on Sharp, on EO, and just treating each other with respect. And the Army values, which is leadership. That's how I remember it. Leadership. You'll learn it later, or you can look it up. What you do. But other than that, it's a pretty fast-paced focus. And with the after you about a week, you're gonna do the Treadwell Tower. Tower. Treadwell Tower is pretty pretty simple. I actually didn't go down Treadwell Tower. Uh, it's really important you check your MREs because if you have one that's moldy and you eat it, you will get sick. I ate a moldy MRE and I literally did a ruck, and that first ruck is it's nothing. I mean, it is gonna seem something to you when you first start, but it's for me now me looking back at the ruck, it was it was a baby ruck, all right. And pretty much a ruck is loaded gear on your back and a full battle rattle, so IOTV, ACH, your army uniform, and a rifle. Uh, so pretty much you're gonna ruck down there, you're gonna lay your stuff out, and they're gonna check your pockets. So don't have contraband on you. With me, I did have contraband on me, and it was by mistake. It was a peanut butter, and the peanut butter packets are about that big, and it was in my pockets. And me and my battle friend are sitting there like, "Oh shit, hey, you got, hey, take this." And it was his contraband, but he gave it to me. I'm trying to be a good battle friend. Look out for yourself, mainly. I'm telling you this because if you get stuck there, it's bad. Um, so pretty much because I ate that bad MREs, I got really sick and I started throwing up. And because I started throwing up, I was dehydrated and I was already somewhat sick because of all the my reaction to the medicines that they're gonna inject you with. Um, for peanut butter shot that you get in reception, it's gotta go in your butt. Just relax. Don't think about it, and it'll be as over as quickly as possible. You're not gonna be able to lay on your butt for a couple of days. That was me. Um, let's see. So after you try Wild Tower, from my experience of watching, they're gonna go up, and then you're gonna have a drill sergeant, which is a safety here and a safety at the bottom. You're gonna have a harness. It's gonna feel really tight on your groin area. That's to make sure you're safe. As of right now, I'm pretty sure Treadwell Tower is down, so you really won't have to do it. So go figure, right? If you're still joining at not too long after this video is made. Um, but my battery was the last to go through because it was deemed condemned for damages. But you still have the small tower, so you get to do that. There's also the first obstacle course, and the first obstacle course is to measure your ability and show you where you are in your physical fitness career. And for me, I wasn't the best physically fit person when I first joined. Um, but it's gonna include a run. You're gonna climb up ropes. You're gonna have a giant tower. It's a lot of fun. You get to crawl through the dirt. You get to do a flip, front flip into a pit and go as fast as you can. You're gonna crawl. Um, but that's pretty fun. So that pretty much covers like red phase, and red phase is literally like the shittiest part of your basic training. So for me, anybody who fucked up, you got messed up with them. So it's kind of like give or take, you know what I'm saying? So pretty much red phase, white phase, and blue phase. White phase, you should get it pretty much when you have your rifles, and that's gonna be like, okay, they earned a little more respect. They're getting closer to being called a soldier. You're going to the range a lot. You're gonna have to qualify on the standard M4 with iron sights and the COC, or I'm not sure if it's COC's sight, but it's a, for you gamers out there, red dot sight basically. The red dot sight is point, look, shoot. That simple. And follow your breathing fundamentals. So your breathing fundamentals is good positioning, breathe. And when you exhale, there's that split moment. You pull the trigger. You don't jerk it because the rifle is gonna jerk up. So you just pull, and you're ahead. Click. And go when you release it. They're gonna teach you all that though. But other than that, pretty simple. White phase. A lot of ranges, hand grenades, two live hand grenades. My experience with the hand grenades. I was pretty nervous because they teach you how to do it, and you hold it, thumb the chest, clip pull pin. You pull the pin out, find your position, throw, and then you follow through and you hit the ground. If you don't hit the ground, they'll make you hit the ground. They will break your bones, but they are authorized to use extensive force to protect yourself and to protect their selves. Um, so pretty much, white phase is going to be kind of boring. You're gonna zero your weapon. You're gonna qual, and you're gonna have like, well, for me they had like 4 qual days because people kind of suck shooting, but it just really depends. You have to pass all the major training events in order to pass basic training. Yeah, sucks. Don't miss one. Like I missed Treadwell Tower, and I was told I wasn't gonna graduate. Thank God I graduated. With COVID here, I'm not too sure how they're planning with family stuff, but we're gonna jump in right to blue phase. So blue phase is way better. When you get smoked, it's individual usually, um, and it's like, well, if you fuck up, you fuck up, and you could get smoked longer. Uh, don't clown around and take the guidons post or other any platoons because if that drill sergeant catches you, yeah, bad news, right? But other than that, your living quarters, I had a bunk bed on top of a bunk bed, and it was pretty nice. But the entirety of it, the beds did suck at first, but you get used to them. Um, yes, you're gonna have pull fire guard. You got to keep your bays clean. Your wall locker. You're gonna have a couple of wall lockers inspections. But I can't really go too far in depth of like everything that happened because it's this video is not gonna be that long. Uh, the blue phase, you'll start marching with your platoon, and well, white phase too. They kind of start marching you down and start singing cadences. Blue phase, you get well, white phase at the end of white phase, early blue phase, you get a platoon guide, a PG, and a assistant PG, which is APG PG. I was the PG, and we had a few problems with that because um, our leadership was not the best. So you can vote them out and put new people in depending on your drill sergeant. Other than that, blue phase is pretty simple with the fact of you're marching a lot. Uh, when they let you go to the defect by yourself for the first time, do stay in high standard because they will be watching. Um, you're gonna have to follow the bell. One goes off in the morning during PT, and one goes off during lunch, and then one goes off uh, at 2300. The one at 2300 though, you'll never really hear because you'll be fast asleep. The one in the morning you'll hear all the time, and then the one at lunch you'll always hear because of the doer factor that you're going to be marching, and you may be standing outside of the Chalhau defect with your platoon. So I'll explain to you real quick how it works. When you get into the defect, you're walking like this, and let's say there's a corner here. You turn, you're gonna pivot, walk, and you're standing right next to each other. When you get your tray, for me, it was let's see, right face. So you go like this, grab your tray, about face. You do an about face, and about face is turn like that basically. And you have your tray, and you hold it here, and you walk like this. Keep your heels together at all times in the defect. Even when you're walking down, you walk down to an area, immediately put your heels together and sidestep. You're gonna have to sidestep. Uh, in red phase, when you're sitting down, the drill sergeant is gonna say, "Take seats." Everyone then sits at the same time, and you get like I think 3 or 4 minutes, maybe five to eat. Uh, kind of sucks. White phase, they're a little more lenient. Uh, but definitely in blue phase, somebody else was saying take seats, and there was instead of all the drill sergeants being there all the time in red phase, they're gonna all of them are gonna be there in red phase. There was like two or three. Your breaks are gonna be on the weekends, which is Saturdays and Sundays. Do keep in mind that you can't get smoked, but that's your time to kind of like rest in the bay because everyone's going to religious services. And yeah, for me, I am a Christian, so I did go to church sometimes, but I also went to Sabbath, um, and that is a Jewish service. I went to support my buddy because he didn't have a battle buddy, and you'll find out that you need a battle buddy wherever you go. So I actually got out of getting smoked for an hour and a half because I went to Sabbath, and it wasn't as bad. Uh, Now you're gonna go on the anvil, the hammer, and the forge, and pretty much those are like field exercises where you go out to the field, you spend the night, and you conduct training. So you're gonna be doing battle marches. Uh, you're gonna learn how to low crawl, face paint, and like other survival tactics. At the end of graduation, for us, they had like a whole line and they marched us down. I'm not gonna really get too far into it because I want you to go through that experience because it was awesome. And you're gonna drink. Yes, first sergeant's sock is put inside of the a punch bowl. It was salt, first sergeant's sock, a grenade was put in there. Yeah, a whole bunch of stuff. And you do have to drink it in order to pass basic training. They will not let you pass if you don't drink it. It's kind of like a ritual. But that is the moment you are finally called soldier. Now for 13 Juliets, that's what I am. Um, you're gonna go to Alpha Battery as a hold, and Alpha Battery is garbage. No offense. Uh, but it's kind of like just a holding spot for most of people. But that's where the 13 mics have their AIT, and you're gonna be waiting to get picked up. So make sure you have your everything that they give you in your folder after you graduate. Make sure to have all that and keep it safe. I even make copies if you're able to. Yeah. Right now, you guys are gonna be coming in. I'm pretty sure because I trained with the ACFT, but when I got to my unit, I had to take the APFT. Um, and my first APFT I failed. My second APFT I passed, but that's pretty much how my basic training experience went. I went in the colder months, so it was cold. You're going to be standing outside a lot. At the position of attention, don't move. Parade rest, don't move. And then you're going to have the red phase test, the white phase test, and the blue phase test. But if you want me to like go more into depth in anything, leave a comment below. But that's pretty much like my experience kind of summarized. But anyway, that's Good Game Griffin, and I'm signing off.